The HODs of Department of Swasthavrta and Panchakarma, Dr. Sudhakar Reddy sir and Dr. Veenaji Rao ma'am. Hitayu 2020 was organized to commemorate the 105th Jayanti celebrations of the pioneer Dr. Rajaguru Tilaka, Dr. Sri Sri Shivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji, to pay tribute to the great soul. Let's begin this meaningful event by an invocation, for which I request Dr. Supriya intervene. Dr. Supriya, please.
शरणु सिद्धि विनायक शरणु विद्या प्रदायक शरणु पार्वती तनय मूर्ति शरणु मूषिक वाहना शरणु सिद्धि विनायक शरणु विद्या प्रदायक विठ्ठल नेत्रने देवी सुतने नागभूषण प्रियने तटिलतांकित कोमलांगने कर्णकुंडलधारने शरणु सिद्धि विनायक शरणु विद्या प्रदायक.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya. I take pleasure to invite our respected Dean, Dr. Rajesh Utpudi sir, for welcome address. Sir, please.
Om Shri Shivaratri Shanama. Good afternoon, everyone. My humble pranams to the lotus feet of Jagat Guru Shri Shivaratri Swamiji. Last 5 days, we are having the Knowledge Festival, that is Hitayu 2020 International Webinar on Health Promotion. As 21st century, everybody is wealthy, but health is not in their hand. Especially in this pandemic, everybody have come to know that what health is. Health cannot be gained by wealth. So, on the health promotion, the two departments, that is a PG studies in Panchakarma and Swasthavrta, organized this international webinar. We had very good response from the delegates from all over the world and resource persons also. So at the end point we are reaching. So on this occasion, for this valedictory function, I welcome Chief Guest Dr. Yamini Bhushan Tripathi, ex-Dean, Faculty of Ayurveda, IMS, BHU, Varanasi. On behalf of Vidyapita College, Principal and staff, I welcome you, sir. Hearty welcome, sir. President of this function is our Director, Shri Mahesh R. Medical Education, JSS Mahavidyapita, who is always supportive to have such meaningful events in your institute. From last 1 month, this is the third international webinar we are organized. So we are very happy to have as a president for this function. On behalf of principal, staff and students, I welcome you, sir. Hearty welcome, sir. Guest of honor for this function is Dr. Santosh Edahalli, who is a renowned person in Panchakarma department and in administration. Now he is Deputy Registrar, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Bangalore. On behalf of JSS Mahavidyapita, principal, staff and students, I welcome you, Santosh, to this August evening. Hearty welcome, sir. I welcome all resource persons for this function. I welcome Principal Dr. Sarbeshwar Kar, faculty members, delegates, and all students for this function. With this, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of all, I also welcome you to this August gathering, sir. Thank you. On this occasion, we have few delegates who wish to share their views and experience of the past 5 days being with Hitayu. To begin with, I would like to call upon Dr. Vaishnavi Prasad, UG student. Dr. Vaishnavi, Ms. Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Namaste and good afternoon. I am Vaishnavi S. Prasad, a UG scholar from 3rd BMS GMC Mysuru. I have been very lucky to take part in the conference Hitayu 2020, an international webinar on health promotion. Being a UG student, I thought but keeping in mind the participation of UG students, the session had info right from the basics and it was made easier so that we could understand the concepts better and they were elaborated gradually, which gave us an insight on the topic. Later, in the afternoon session, we had the paper presentation to all. It opened doors for ideas and creativity. आचार्यात् पादमादत्ते पादं शिष्यः स्वमेधया padam sa brahmacharibihi padam kalakrameణ tu. I found this shloka very apt to conclude my words. That is, a student learns a quarter from his teacher, a quarter from even his own studies, a quarter from his peers, and the last quarter from his experience. All this mind we could experience it in Hitayu 2020 through the conference and the webinar. That is, we could learn from all these quarters. I thank the entire. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Vaishnavi. I hope you get many more experiences like this, and so that you can grow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Moving on. Thank you. I would request Dr. Malavika to please share her experiences. Dr. Malavika, please.
Hello. Hello. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Malavika, you can speak.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
You are audible, please.
Yes. Sir, it was a very, Hitayu was a very different experience. I'm a scholar in Shalitantra, and this is not really about topic into Swastivritta and Panchakarma.
Malavika. I hope it got disconnected. I now request one of our panelists, one of our guest speaker, Dr. Deepa Bhatt. Dr. Deepa Bhatt, ma'am, I request you to share your experience, ma'am, please. Dr. Deepa Bhatt, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, please.
Very good afternoon to all and respected dignitaries and delegates. Being a first alumni of this institution, it gives me an immense pleasure to be part of this platform today. In these last 5 days of international seminar, we had a vibrant sharing of knowledge from all the presenters. It was quite evident that organizing committee have really worked hard and meticulously to share the knowledge of the needy. Chosen topics were excellent and also need of the era. It has definitely, I believe, kindled more interest and dedication in students to enhance their practical knowledge. I would like to wholeheartedly congratulate the whole Hitayu team, especially Dr. Veena ma'am, Dr. Sudhakar sir, Principal sir, Dr. Sarveshwar sir, and everybody, the entire fraternity of JSSAMC for such a wonderful and informative session. Thanks for the opportunity to join and share the joy of this successful seminar. Thank you. Wish you all best Hitayu and Sukhayu.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being our panelist in the guest lecture. Thanks again.
Thank you.
I now request faculty, one among the faculty, Dr. Veera Chegde, to please share his experience. Sir, please.
Hope I'm audible and
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
thank you team Hitayu 2020 for choosing me. And this was last 1 week was an brain rush. Like we had all the aspect of the Swastarutta and Panchakarma which we could have thought of. And Reddy sir is he is what we can say, a torchbearer for all these programs. In the initial days when I saw the flyers, I thought, how would these two will conduct for 1 week? Usually it is for 1 or 2 days. It's the maximum which can be done in all our aspects. But very well, all the speakers who were there in these 3-5 days, they have talked in all the corners of it. It is not just with one aspect of the treatment or one aspect of Panchakarma which they have restricted them to. And even the international speakers, they have given another insight of how we can manage it, how the practice can be done, and how the people outside, we usually don't know how it is there outside. So they have given an insight how usually people outside our country behave to our treatment protocols. That was new, and many of I actually had many good inputs from them, and I'm very thankful to the JSS Ayurveda Medical College for conducting such a good, very informative webinar series. And I hope that such a kind of other programs will also be there in future. Thank you, sir, and thank you whole team of JSS and Hitayu.
Thank you, Veeraj, sir. Thanks for all your good words towards us. Moving on. Success always brings happiness. Success brings us cheer. Success drives us to do more. Let's hear the success report of Hitayu 2020 from Dr. Sankan Godapati, Associate Professor, Department of Swastarutta. Sir, please.
Om Sri Dhanvantaraye Namah. My humble pronouns to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji. Namaste one and all. Honorable dignitaries, great gurus, faculty members, dear delegates and students. I am privileged to present the report of Hitayu 2020 webinar on health promotion in commemoration with the 105th Jayanti celebration of His Holiness Jagadguru Rajaguru Tilaka Dr. Shivratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji. The international webinar organized by the Department of PG Studies in Swastarutta and Panchakarma held in JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysuru, Karnataka, India, which went on for long 5 days from 15th to 19th September 2020. Let me brief the history of present webinar on promotion of health. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, people were introduced with new words like pandemic, quarantine, lockdown, seal down, and extreme use of word positive, which is really making negative sense. This made the people think about the food habits, lifestyle, regimen, mental status, which are most important factors in making the body immunity, which helps to fight against the disease. As the quotation says, swastasya swasthya rakshanam, the healthy person should protect his health. Acharya Charaka says, malapaham rogaharam balavarna prasadanam, pitva samshodhanam kale samyagayushya yujjate chiram. Administering Shodhana properly expels out the vitiated doshas, pacifies the disease, and increases the strength and ayu of the person by promoting the health. So in this juncture of COVID-19 pandemic, when whole world picked up Ayurveda is a remedial measure, we from the Department of Swastarutta and Panchakarma thought of exploring the more on this subject, health promotion in both Ayurveda and contemporary sciences, and hence named as Hitayu, and started on 15th September of 2020. Gone through the topic, detail, taken guidance from the expert gurus in framing the topics and inviting the eminent speakers across the globe, also to extract more knowledge and encourage the young doctors. Online paper presentations were invited. The guests of inauguration and valedictory were finalized and invited. We were ready for this mega event. The result of this event now in front of you as Hitayu 2020 International Webinar on health promotion. So there were 1,128 delegates registered across the globe, more than 7 countries, and in India, totally 28 states and 145 institutions delegates were registered for this webinar. So 218 oral presentations with 16 parallel session, each session with 15 to 20 presentations from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. for 2 days on 16th and 18th of September, and from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the 19th September 2020. So each session was monitored by judges, and the best paper were selected from each session. This knowledge buzz was inaugurated on 15 September 2020 at 11 a.m. with invocation by Dr. Lavanya. The dignitaries and delegates were welcomed by our principal, Dr. Sarveshwarkar, Dean of the institution, Dr. Rajesh A. Udupidi, given clear brief about the 5 days webinar program and the keynote address and the 9 scholarly scientific sessions from national and international framed resource persons. Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy, Registered Evaluation, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore, where is inaugurated the webinar, and Dr. C.G. Bedsurmad, Executive Secretary of our JSS Mahavidyapita, sent best wishes for the seminar. So vote of thanks were rendered by Dr. Veena G. Rao. After inauguration, the keynote address was delivered by Professor Anup B. Thakur, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar, Gujarat. Give a complete overview on the topic and explained analyzed concepts of health promotion Hitayu. The first scientific session was started on 15th September 12 p.m. by Dr. Anantram Sharma PV, the professor and HOD, Department of Panchakarma, Amruta School of Ayurveda, Kerala, on the topic of Basti, a health promotive therapy. On 16th of September, second day, there were 2 sessions were conducted. The first speaker, Dr. Deepa Bhatt, Ayurveda consultant in USA, rendered the guest lecture on topic of Rutu Shodhana, need of the era. The second speaker, Dr. Mihir Surendra Hazanavis, professor and HOD, Department of Swastarutta and Yoga, Vice Principal, Tilak Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Pune, rendered the guest speak on Panchakarma in the preventive and management of metabolic syndrome. So in third day, on 17th September, the third scientific session was from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. First speaker, Dr. Sajita K., professor and HOD in the Department of Swastarutta, Sri Sri College of Ayurveda, Science and Research, Bangalore, rendered the guest speak on Panchakarma in cosmetology. From 12:30 p.m., the second speaker, Dr. Shivkumar Harthi, Associate Professor, Department of Swastarutta, All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi, given a talk on role of Panchakarma in maintenance of Panchadhyanindriya Swasthya. So on 18th September, 4th of our webinar started with a scientific session at 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The speaker by Dr. Anupama Krishnan, Associate Professor, Department of Swastarutta, Vaidyaratnam PS, Warrior Ayurveda Medical College, Kottakkal, Malappuram, Kerala, on the topic of role of dietetics in Panchakarma. So on the same day, 11:30 to 12:30 p.m., 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., second speaker, Dr. Abhijit Shinde, Ayurveda consultant, London, UK, given a talk on the topic of role of Panchakarma in Asti Dhatu Swastham, so bone health. From in the 19th September, the last day, 5th day of our webinar started with a guest speaker talk by Dr. Kishore Kumar R, Associate Professor, Department of Integrative Medicine, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, on the topic of Panchakarma in mental health principles of practice. And second speaker, Vaidya Tapan Kumar, Ayurvedic consultant, SGVP Holistic Hospital, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Topic, Panchakarma in maintenance of urinary system health. So all the sessions were quite lively with the active participation of and interaction of delegates. All comprehensive aspects of health promotion was put forth during the session to make this international webinar more significant. To mention, the whole event started in Zoom app and live telecast was done through YouTube, Facebook, and college website. By praying the Almighty for the smooth conduction of this international webinar on health promotion, Hitayu 2020, since last 5 days, and admitting my heartfelt gratitude to the Hitayu team, management, principal, staff, and students, and for their extended support. I herewith conclude my report on Hitayu 2020. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for the detailed. Thanks again. We have with us a very well-known personality in Ayurveda, Dr. Yamini Bhushan Tripathi, sir, as our chief guest today. To introduce sir to all of us, I would like to invite Dr. Soumya, Associate Professor, Department of PG Studies in Swastarutta. Madam, please.
Pranamas to His Holiness Puja Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji. Good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Dr. Soumya MN, Associate Professor from the Department of PG Studies in Swastarutta. Welcome you all for today's valedictory program, Hitayu 2020, International Webinar on Health Promotion, jointly organized by the PG Studies in Swastarutta and Panchakarma, JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysuru. Health is a real wealth, not the pieces of gold and silver. For today's valedictory program, we have an eminent person, chief guest, Professor Yamini Bhushan Tripathi, a very well known for his knowledge, skill, experience, and clinical approach. It's my honor and privilege to welcome and introduce today's chief guest. Sir is Dean and Professor, Faculty of Ayurveda, Institute of Medical Science, BHU, Varanasi. Sir was born on 30th April 1957 in Varanasi. Sir was completed BSc graduation from BHU in 1977, and Sir also completed post-graduation in the subject of biochemistry from BHU in 1979. Diploma in Yoga in 1982, and Sir was awarded PhD in Biochemistry in 1983 from BHU. Sir was also specialized in the field of experimental medicine. Sir is having 37 years of teaching experience and 36 years of research experience. Sir was guided awarded 27 PhD and also guided 17 MD scholars. Sir has taken responsibility of administration as a dean, coordinator, head of the department, ex-general secretary, ex-coordinator as a resource person, and president in Professor S.N. Tripathi Memorial Foundation. Sir has attended and delivered many guest lectures in various conferences which was held in abroad. For Sir's credit, he has many research projects and Sir was organized 35 seminars. Sir has published 158 papers in many journals and Sir was presented 101 papers in many conferences. And Sir was awarded as a young scientist and also Sir was awarded as a visit scientist and so on. Sir visited many countries and introduced 3 new patent drugs through DRDO funded project Government of India, DBT funded project Government of India and BHU. Sir was an court member in JNU New Delhi. Sir was member in Scientific Advisory Board, All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. Also Academic Council member BHU. Sir was a member of many academic societies like Life Member of Indian Science Congress Association, Kolkata, Life Member of Indian Society for Radiation Biology, Delhi, Life Member of Association Clinical Biochemist of India, and also Sir is a BOS member in Applied Chemistry in Baba Saheb Bhimrao University, Lucknow. Sir was also a member of editorial board in the Journal of Medicinal Food, USA. Sir has edited 2 books named Medical Systems with a Holistic Approach, another book, Herbal Formulation for Osteoporosis in Chronic and Inflammatory Diseases and Nutraceuticals. Sir contributed many chapters are published in books. Sir has reprinted 5 editions. On behalf of JSS Ayurveda Medical College, I welcome you to Hitayu 2020 International Seminar on Health Promotion. I request you to deliver a user. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I extend my sincere thanks to JSS family for inviting me on this opportunity. And in fact, JSS Foundation itself has completely devoted itself for the upliftment of academic in many fields, in starting from engineering, pharmacy, Ayurveda, and JSS Ayurvedic Mahavidyalaya has done a very good job. And the students of this institution are really gem in the field of Ayurveda. And I extend my sincere congratulations to this Hitayu organizing group, who have successfully conducted this webinar of 5 days. They have invited many learned people across the world. Today, it is a valedictory function, and I have given the chance to speak to all. I will take up 2-3 points very briefly. First important point, that what is the USP of Ayurveda? Number 2, how Ayurveda has been visualized across the world. Why we could not get globalized. And fourth important point, that what is the true perception of Ayurveda? What should be the true perception of Ayurveda as per our USP? Because I can understand that many undergraduates are also participating in this seminar for the last 5 days, and they have learned a lot. But I think they must be informed their strength, not the weaknesses, because the whole world says that Ayurveda is not scientific. That's why they have not accepted it as a healthcare system in America or in Europe. It is still, we are exporting our drug as a food supplement, not as a medicine. Our Ayurvedic doctors are not allowed to practice. In India, we are having a health system, but abroad, we are not a health system. We are considered it as a philosophy, This is not correct. The onus is on us to validate it scientifically. But what is the scientific validation? What for we are going ahead? That is the important point. And each undergraduate student should be taught from day one when they enter into the college. They should be introduced the glorious part of Ayurveda. What is happening today? We are teaching the subject, but when they come to the final year or fourth year, then they get chance to interact with the clinicians, to the patients, then they start learning about Ayurveda. But I think they should be introduced to the patient from the first year itself. Our USP is the preventive and promotive healthcare. Shad Kriya Kal, which the word has been introduced to them. It is not mentioned a lot in Charak, but Sushruta has mentioned it. This is a very important fact. And preventive and promotive there too. Swasthata Swasth Raksham Atrusha Vikas Prasambam, as the Dean sir has already mentioned this sloka. How you will keep the man healthy? If you diagnose the disease in the very early stage, what is that early stage? That is the Kriya Sharir, the physiology of a person. If it is changing, it means the first three stages of Shat Kriya Kal is changing. And a person should know. You know, in this country, the Kriya Sharir people are not given the OPD. But if the Kriya Sharir was the part of the Kaya Chikitsa, why they have been separated from Kaya Chikitsa, I don't know. But the education system has to be relooked by CCIM, because the Kriya Sharir deals with the physiology, and the abnormal physiology is the first three parts of the Shat Kriya Kal. A man who is in society, he feels himself healthy, but he has some discomfort. And thus with Pariksha, he may not identify him as a diseased person. In that situation, a physiologist, a Kriya Sharir expert, a Nadi Vigyan expert can tell that you are having some problem. This is one thing which I wanted to mention. And second important point, that how to visualize Ayurveda. Most of the people in the whole world feel that Ayurveda is a medicine, herbal medicine, alternative medicine. Why they are thinking like this? Because the conventional medicine has only one way of treatment, that is the medication. If you have fever, they will give you a medicine. If you have a pain, they will give you a medicine. They have nothing to do except giving a medicine. But in Ayurveda, it is not like that. Ayurveda has a procedure and also the medicine. Procedure means all the circadian rhythm, Ahar, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. Three things have to be followed. There is no medication in Ahar. There is no medication in Nidra. There is no medication in code of conduct. But this is practiced. Then only the preventive and promotive aim of the Ayurveda can be achieved, which is not lying with the modern medicine. And who is dictating us? Who is controlling our quality? It is the modern doctors. When they are not having this knowledge, how they can control us? This is very important. Now, the USP of Ayurveda is the three methods of treatment approaches what Maharishi Charak has mentioned. One is the Deva Vyapashraya, Sattva Vajay, and Yukti Vyapashraya. Yukti Vyapashraya is only medication. Deva Vyapashraya, Sattva Vajay is non-medicated treatment, but this is a treatment protocol. This has to be included in the treatment protocol for the healthy person to maintain their health and for the diseased person to treat them. But till now, these two things, Sattva Vajaya and Deva Apashraya has not been emphasized very. I'm not saying that these things have not been practiced, but in the systemic manner, it is not being taught also, because the science has not been incorporated into it. It is only at the belief part. The day science will come into it, Deva Apashraya means what I have seen in the PubMed. There is a new heading coming, the keyword is spiritual healing. Spiritual healing, more than 5,000 papers are there in the PubMed. Why can't we use our proper noun, Deva Apashraya? All these people, I'm also biochemist, I am copying modern medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and giving a new terminology. So where our USP? USP is the proper noun described by Charak, Sushruta and Vagbhat. Those words should be retained and they should be scientifically validated. As a biochemist, I know how we can do it. What protocol? Science is common for everybody, whether it is a biochemist or a Ayurvedic doctor or a modern medicine. There is a particular path of science. That methodology, science is nothing but a methodology. Methodology of exploring something, that has to be followed by everybody. Suppose I am talking of Deva Apashraya. Deva Apashraya, how scientifically we can prove? That has to be defined. We should not feel shy because Deva Apashraya, no, this is not science, this is something, Veda or something. No, this is, our knowledge source is Veda only. From Veda only Ayurveda came. Now, what is harm in following the rituals of Veda and redefining it in terms of Ayurveda? We should try it. Now I come to the point that perception of Ayurveda is not only the medicine, but all the three things. Second important point. When I talk of Ayurveda, I talk of the 16 departments mentioned by CCIM. But we never talk of Ashtanga Ayurveda. If you focus on Ashtanga Ayurveda, Aya Chikitsa, Shalya, Sharakya, Agat Tantra, Prasuti and Bal Rog. Five have been divided into 16 departments now. Panchakarma is one of them. Swasthvit is one of them. But what about Ashtanga Ayurveda? The three parts have not been touched. They have not been developed. When I was the dean, I first time started the 3 units in Banaras University and 3 certificate courses for these. A day will come when these branches will grow, they will become a department. They will become a full-fledged MD course. But somebody has to think of it. After, you know that in Banaras University, the Ayurvedic teaching started in 1990, very old. And in 1922, we started Ayurveda Acharya. In 1927, we started Ayurvedic College. But CCIM born in 1970, and they forgot the Ashtanga Ayurveda. Very unfortunate. What are the 3 things? That is Rasayan, Vajikaran, and Bhut Vidya, which they also called Graha Vidya, Ashtanga Ayurveda Graha Vidya. So these 3 things are basically for the healthy people. They are not for the diseased person. So the Swasthasya Swas Rakshanam can only be attained by these 3 branches. And the Roga Chikitsa for all the 5 branches. So conventional medicine people were very intelligently deleted from our system. After independence, we always focus in the 5 part, which they are also having. So we started competing with them, and they started saying us non-scientific, quack, whatever they want to say, they are saying and we are listening. This is very important, a take-home message that our USP is Ashtanga Ayurveda, our USP is 3 approaches of treatment. Our approach is not only medicine, but procedures also. These things should be taught from first year onward, and they should be practiced with the full confidence by our Vaidyas. Then only we can achieve the true perception of Ayurveda. Now, Swasthvit, I think all the 5 days you are listening. Now as a biochemist, I want to add only one thing. How one can measure the effect of procedures in a scientific manner. For example, there are 13 Agnis. Agni is very important. It's a master Agni of all the 12 Agnis. And if Jatragni is weak, Ayurveda says the arm will be produced, and that is the cause of all the diseases. Now, how to measure arm in your blood? This is the important question. Physiologically, you can know because you are a Vaidya, you know the Nadi Vigyan, you know the Dasvit Pariksha, you can diagnose a person. But if you have to define in terms of biochemistry, it is difficult till today how to define. I have taken a small example. One of my PhD scholars did a work on it. I give the Viruddhahar, grit and honey to the rats. And I wanted to see the blood profile in 21 days, in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days. Because the chronic administration of Viruddhahar causes, it is written in Ayurveda. So I gave it for 90 days and I found some change. But acute change was also there. Within 48 hours, there was some change in the blood. What was that? You know, the albumin, 60% protein of the blood is albumin. In 1 or 2 days, albumin will not decline because liver is good, liver is functioning properly. So albumin synthesis is going on. But the same albumin became non-functional. There are 34 cysteine groups, amino acids, SH group, free amino. But out of them, 32 are bound in the sulfide bond. Only one is free, SH group. And that is responsible for the antioxidant property of albumin. And you know the antioxidant and free radical stress, very important for any. So I found that by taking the Viruddhahar, the functional part of albumin is changing. So the albumin was supposed to protect your body, is not doing its job. So free radicals are being produced and oxidative stress is being produced. And the blood is flowing in the blood vessel. The endothelial cells, the inner part of the blood vessel, is being affected under stress. And that is the cause of all vascular disorders, even heart disease and all. You see, the science has put in. Similarly, for arm accumulation, more science is needed. In 1917, the Nobel Prize went to autophagy, to a Japanese. Then they started saying, no, Langhan is a very important part of Ayurveda, and this we are saying for practicing from centuries. This is nothing new, but this was new because autophagy was introduced by them, and they said how autophagy is good for your health. We are saying that Langhan is good for our health, but we could not link it with the removal of ama. Similarly for Panchakarma. Panchakarma, you know, Snehan, Swedan, Vaman, Virechan, Basti, Shirodhara, and then Jaloka. All these things are described. But more science is required. I am focusing on 3 parts: Vaman, Virechan, and Basti. All the 3 are for your alimentary canal. Vaman is for the stomach and upper cleaning. Virechan is for the small intestine, and Basti is for the large intestine. But 3 procedures are continuously cleaning your alimentary canal, which is maintaining your Agni, which is maintaining the non-formation of ama, which is maintaining your health. So how Panchakarma has helped? Ayurvedic people say like this, but as a biochemist, what I have to add to it, that microbiome, a lot of work has been done. I think most of the chronic diseases are now linked with the microbacteria which is present in your small intestine and large intestine. That has to be studied. What is the effect of Vaman, Virechan and Basti? What is the effect of diet? What is the effect of Karbhojanam? That is also very important. The same food taken in the wrong time is not healthy. The timing of fooding is important. The quality of food is important. And the gap between the two foods. But to the society, when we are telling, they are not believing, because we are not using the scientific terms. We are not publishing the good papers. So the society, the young chap, who is the very high analytical capability, they are not believing us. We have to work on that line. And I am very sure that the JSS institution, having a variety of institutions together, can develop a collaborative project with the pharmacy, with the electronics, with the Ayurveda, with the medical college, to come up with one landmark, how to change the perception of Ayurveda in the whole world. So microbiome is one thing. Now coming to the second point, fatty liver is very common nowadays. How it is happening? They are saying that some microRNAs are coming from the intestine, which is called the leaky gut. They have used the word leaky gut. When there is a malfunctioning of a small intestine, then some bacterial produce which should not enter into the blood, they enter. And then they reach to the liver and change the genetic expression of the liver. So we have to control that. I think the Panchakarma is doing all these things, but we have to show it. We have to publish paper on it. One more thing, what approach we should adopt for research. Clinical trial, everybody is saying clinical trial, clinical trial. I personally feel observation study is very important for Ayurveda. You will ask why? Because Ayurveda is being practiced as a part of culture. All over the India, people are following this tradition of Langana, following this what to eat, what not to eat, because of their tradition, because of their culture. It is not like Vaidya has told them. It is from generation to generation. But that is Ayurveda. In the Charak's word, it is Swasthvit. But in the common man's language, it is a tradition. It is a Vedic knowledge. So the people who are following it already, let us observe them. Those who have come to the urbanization, to the modern living pattern, and those who are still following the traditional way of living and food, we have to make a comparison. I think within very short time, we can get 1 lakh data and let it be analyzed statistically. Let the artificial intelligence should apply to it. And I think this work by GSS also. Let us collect the data, compile it, analyze it, and come to a conclusion. Whole world will accept it. Because Yukti Vipasana is a very small part of Ayurveda. Other two parts are very important, which is a part of the system of the society. Friends, this is very nice that GSS has organized, and only one submission I have, the take-home message, that we should try to collaborate with the modern people, with the engineering people, with the science people. And we should always stick to our principles. They are not understanding. It does not mean that my science is false. My science is not scientific. It is scientific. We have to do more and more research. They have to do more and more research as per my direction. When I say means Vaidya's direction. They have to change their protocol. We do not need to change our protocol. They have to copy us. We need not to copy them. And the perception of Ayurveda will change. What Modi ji is saying, globalization of Ayurveda. When we talk about all the three parts of Ayurveda, not only Yukti Vipasana. One more thing before I end, I think I will take 2 minutes. That when we talk of Yukti Vipasana, then we talk of materia medica. there are three kinds of medicines which are used in Ayurveda: herbal, herbo-mineral, and animal products. I think the most problematic issue when we are exporting our medicines, if we remove heavy metals from our practice in the first phase while exporting, in India it is fine, no problem, it is a system. But when we are exporting our things abroad, then we should export in three stages. First stage is the procedure, Jaloka, Panchakarma. These things are Char Sutra. So all these things can be promoted outside, exported technology. They will accept it very quickly by WHO, everywhere. The second stage is the medication based on herbal. Today they are accepting as a food supplement. They should accept as a medicine. Arjun Churn should go as a treatment for heart disease. It should not go as a supplement for good health, heart health. In the third stage, the bhasmas of non-metal, like the Shankh Bhasma. And in the fourth stage, heavy metal based bhasmas should be propagated. This Ras Shastra is really dragging Ayurveda from being globalized. I give you one small example. Why yoga became international yoga? Because there was a only procedure: Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dhara, Dhyan, Samadhi. But even in that case also, the Yam Niyam was neglected. Only Pranayam, Asan was popularized because it was easy to do. Meditation was difficult, but it's still popularized. But Yam and Niyam, nobody talked of that. But I am grateful to my Patanjali Foundation. They have popularized Ayurveda. Then our PM popularized it. But part of Yam and Niyam, which is very important part and component of Swasthvita also, that was left. As in Ashtanga Ayurveda, the three branches were left. In the Ashtanga Yoga also, Yam Niyam was left. That has to be emphasized. And if these things are carried out in a more scientific manner, I think the perception of Ayurveda will change. Definitely it will change. And the mission, now this COVID I am talking, recently I published a paper and it has got a very high impact on ashwagandha and this pipli and all these things. We have found that the same molecule of methanolide is acting on the protease, the spike of that virus. And the same molecule is also acting on the receptors, inflammatory receptors of the epithelial cell of our trachea. So that is how the multi-targeted action of Ayurvedic medicines. When we are taking an extract, then there are more than 50 phytochemicals. And all 50 are acting in different directions. So multi-targeted. Like one bullet is not hitting one person. Many bullets are coming out like a bomb and acting on different pathways, different signaling pathways. So that's why that is the strength of Ayurvedic medicine. That is the strength of the holistic, the polyherbal formulation. For example, the Medha Rasayan, for example, all the 50 Mahakasaya they have given, all having different properties. You will be surprised to know that one of my PhD scholars worked on Lekhan Dravya. They said they found that the Nagar Motha has a different mechanism of action than the Acorus calmus. But Maharshi Charak combined all the 10 together. And he said, take all. It means that he was knowing that atherosclerosis is a multi-direction action. Okay, I think the time is going up. So thank you very much to all the participants. And I hope in future we will meet again. And again, I extend my sincere thanks to the JSS family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for all your sharing all your experiences. I'm sure Dr. Sankan Gaud sir here gave the report of what happened for all the 5 days, and you gave us the report of biochemical view of Ayurveda for being or maintaining the Hitayu. Thanks a lot. Thank you for sharing your views and your experiences. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. It's time for the address by our guest of honor, a wonderful teacher, a great clinician, and now an young, able administrator, Dr. Santosh Edalli sir. I now request Dr. Sita Devi ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of PG Studies in Panchakarma, to introduce our guest of honor to all. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, one and all. Seeking the blessings of His Holiness Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, myself, Dr. Sita Devi P. Reader, Department of Panchakarma, very much happy to introduce today's guest of honor, Dr. Santosh L. Edalli, BMS MD Panchakarma, Deputy Registrar, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Karnataka, Bangalore. Sir was born in 1979 in Bagalkot, and there only he completed his early education, completed BAMS MD Panchakarma from DGM Ayurveda Medical College, Gadag. Pursuing PhD in Parul University, Baroda, he started teaching profession in SVRP Ayurvedic Medical College, Badami in 2005, Ayurvedic Medical College, Badami in 2005, and worked as lecturer in BVBS Ayurvedic Medical College, Bagalkot in 2006-2007, joined government service in GIMC Bangalore as lecturer in 2007, was associated professor in GIMC Bangalore and guided more than 8 PhD scholars. Presented many papers in national and international seminars. He was guest speaker for many Panchakarma workshops conducted by RAV for Panchakarma teachers. He has given many guest lectures in many Ayurvedic colleges, published more than 15 articles in national and international seminars. He is Board of Studies member for NTR Health University, Vijayawada, PG examiner for many universities. Sir was awarded Best Innovative Researcher 2019 by World Research Council and World Medical on a case series on Bastilepa and Avapidaka Sneha in neurogenic bladder dysfunction. Sir is very dynamic, excellent leader, good academician and clinician who has treated more than 10,000 patients successfully. Currently, Sir is working as Deputy Registrar, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Karnataka, Bangalore. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon, one and all. My sincere pranamas to His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra. Hello. Is it audible?
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Hello. Is it audible?
Santosh, sir, you are not audible.
Hello. Is it audible?
No, sir.
No, it's audible. Hello. It's audible.
It's audible.
Yeah.
Shall I start, sir?
Sir, you are audible in the beginning when we joined.
Now it's not audible.
Ah, yes, sir. It is audible now.
No.
It is audible, sir. Now
okay.
It's
Good afternoon, one and all. My sincere pranamas to His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji and respected Dr. C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, Sri Mahesh, Director, and today's chief guest, Dr. Yamini Tripatiji, and energetic, enthusiastic principal, Dr. Sarbeshwarkar, co-convener, Dean of Faculty, JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Dr. Rajesh Pudi sir, organizing secretaries, Dr. Sudhakar Reddy, HOD, Department of Swastavrutta, and Dr. Veena Rao, Head of the Department of Panchakarma, all the teaching faculties, teaching staff of JSS Ayurveda Medical College, and all the UG and PG students, and all the participants. So I'm very happy to be a part of this Hitayu 2020 international webinar on health promotion. So really it is a topic during this pandemic condition. So everyone is looking towards maintenance of health. So the JSS Ayurveda Medical College has taken this topic, Hitayu. Both the Swastavrutta and Panchakarma department together have taken this topic. Really, I congratulate both the head of the department and staff of Swastavrutta and Panchakarma. See, Dr. Yamini Tripathi ji has mentioned many of the aspects, the biochemical assessments, and even how scientifically we can explain to the world. It is a need of our, like, so I usually tell my scholars, whenever they used to select the topics, try to go with some objective criteria, or whatever mentioned in the classics, if we take same, then I don't think it become a research, because already it is a research one. So to prove scientifically, to explain the word scientifically, what I feel is we need to go with some biochemical values or assessment with some objective criteria. Those are very much important. And this for 5 days, I hope it's a brainstorming sessions happen with eminent speakers, around 9 speakers about this Panchakarma and with relation with the Swastavrutta. So including both the topics, really it is a fantastic one. As Ayurveda speaks about the maintenance of health of a healthy person, Swastasya Swasthya Rakshanam Matrasya Vikara Prashamanam. Even nowadays, the general public has got the awareness about this Panchakarma, but regarding this prevention and promotion of the health, it is very much required. What I feel is the awareness to be created in the society, in the public, regarding this prevention and promotion of the health. So we have gone through many of the ups and downs during these pandemic conditions. And nowadays, now every single person is keen in maintaining his health. And even not only by using some the decoctions or the using the sanitizer or maintaining the distance. With this, I won't think we will maintain the health, but there are many other aspects which are told in our science, which are to be concentrated more. Because with as they have taken this topic with relation to this Panchakarma and Swastavrutta, I feel the seasonal Shodhana therapy plays a vital role in prevention as well as promotion of the health. We do, when patient comes to us, we say, if he won't have any the conditions, disorders, still if he says he want to go with some the Shodhana therapies, and being a physician, sometimes what we do is directly we'll apply some Shodhana therapies. But it is as clearly mentioned in our classics, if the body is not suitable to eliminate the doshas, then if we have adopted some Shodhana therapies, definitely we are going to destroy the Sharira. So that's what all for, especially for this UG, tell you. So assessment of the patient is very much important. Whatever the Dashavida Parikshas explained in our classics, with that we need to assess the patient keenly. So when you assess, then only you can come to know whether that patient requires the Shodhana or not. Even so, to maintain the health, if you want to go with the Shodhana, then definitely the season plays a very much important role, because dosha prakopa should be there. Even many a times we discuss like whether this seasonal shodhana is required in all the persons. Because without taking the regular shodhana therapies, still we say we are happy or we are good, we don't have any other issues. But whether only this, like in the definition of swastha, what they've explained, like maintenance of the equilibrium of this dosha dhatu mala, along with that, the psychological equilibrium is also very much important. So nowadays, whatever we get, the number of patients, most of them will have the psychological issues. That's what I feel is, when we assess the patient with respect to this Dashavida Parikshas, definitely will come to know whether he requires the Shodhana particular dosha. As our Shodhana main, this is the involvement Sharira. Or many of the complications may come. That's what I feel is, the assessment is very much important role, and even the season, yet in which season we are giving the treatment, and we need to assess the dosha utkleshana should be there. And even not only the shodhana, the pradhana karmas, what I say is the purva karma plays a very much important role, because in the classics, the importance of shodhana has been explained, like even the buddhi prasadam balam indriyanam dhatu sthiratvam jvaranasya kriya. We see, Tripathi sir has clearly mentioned about the role of Agni and Ama. So rogaha sarve api mandayagno. See, all the disease starts with mandagni only. So when there is mandagni, the production of Ama starts. Even so, to explain the effect of this Vamana, that is the role of antioxidant property of this Vamana. In my PhD study, I have taken the antioxidant property of Vamana in Tamakashvasa. So the biochemical analysis, with that, I am planning with an observational study to prove the effect, antioxidant effect of this Vamana. Here, see, in the Shodhana benefits, or even Malapam, Rogharam, Balavarna Prasadam, Pitva Samyak. See, to stop the aging process, the cellular rejuvenation is very much important. How this cellular rejuvenation occurs? In the Shodhana, the Purva Karma, what we adopt, it may be the Shamananga Sneha, or with respect to Shodhana, the Shodhananga Sneha, the Sneha plays a very much important role. So if you speak about the Gritha, Gritam Pittanilaharam, Rasa Shuprojasam Hitam. So the bonding between the cells with respect to this lipid is very much important. Then only the rejuvenation will take place. So usually the Sharira, it is Shirate Anayanaiti Shariram. Shirate Anayanaiti Shariram. There will be continuous deterioration of the cells. So here we need to rejuvenate those cells, then only the body, or we can increase the age of the person. So that by adopting the Shamananga Sneha, or by adopting the Shodhana, when we do the utkleshana of the dosha, we are going to eliminate the doshas. When you cleanse the body, so when the person wants to go with a rejuvenation therapy, that is the Rasayana Chikitsa, the Purva Karma is the Shodhana. So for that, when the dosha utkleshana occurs with respect to the Purva Karmas, then by adopting the particular Shodhana, we are going to eliminate the toxins. Then only the Rasayana, the Chikitsa will help, will benefit more. As they said, to put a color to a cloth, if the cloth is dirt, then the color will not put properly. So that's what, the cloth should be clean. Then only if you put the color, it will hold the proper color. Like the same here, when you cleanse the Sharira, when you purify the Sharira, then only if you adopt the Rasayana or Vajikarana, the effect of those will be better. So here, the explanation of our principles with respect to the in scientific way, it is very much important. That's what earlier I told. While selecting the topics for the research work, definitely always you need to think of some objective criteria or some biochemical values. Then only whatever the study you do, it will be beneficial to the society. Otherwise, whatever mentioned in the classics, the same thing if you consider, then it's of no use. Even our Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences is providing the research fund for UG and the undergraduate and postgraduate scholars. So what I sincere request is to the UG undergraduate and postgraduate students, try to come up with some good the research topics where you can get the sufficient fund and you can do a very good research work. So with this, I won't take much time because I have one meeting. Lastly, I thank all the organizers, even mainly the principal, Dr. Sarbeshwarkar, and Department of Panchakarma and Swastarutta for giving me this opportunity and to be a part of this Hitayu, the international webinar. I thank you, Anand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing all your experiences and also giving hints to the new budding doctors for the upcoming PG scholars and all the budding doctors. Thank you for your valuable time and sharing all your experiences with all of us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hard work always brings in success. Hard work will always be applauded. Hard work is always recognized and definitely needs an acknowledgement. It's time to appreciate the hard work and who have stood apart among all others in the oral paper presentation competitions held across the 5 days of Hitayu 2020. I request our senior professor and senior physician, Dr. BGR sir, Dr. Gurubaswaraj sir, to declare the prize winners among the PhD and the faculty oral paper presentations. Sir, please.
Good afternoon to everybody. This is the happiest moment for the participant and also the listeners and also the judges. My humble pranams to His Holiness Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji and the President and the co-patron of this international valedictory webinar, Sri R. Mahesh, Dr. Sarveshkar, and today's guest, Tripathi sir, and elderly and listeners. Before reading out the award winners, I feel it is necessary to recollect the purpose of this seminar. One, technically you are already benefited, and today we are living in the era of non-chemical disorders, and in NCD the role of Swastarutta and Panchakarma has been properly highlighted and focused by the speakers. In particular, we listened to the Anurag Thakur, Honorable Vice Chancellor, who enlightened us with all the comprehensive aspects. The advantage of these two systems, Swastarutta and Panchakarma, is one, the challenges of present day medical fraternity, that is free radicals, that has been well addressed by Dr. Tripathi sir. Both the prevention of free radicals and elimination of free radicals can be achieved by Swastarutta practice and also by the Panchakarma practice. Coming to the second part, with the kind permission of Sri R. Mahesh, I would like to recollect the present some international seminar is being practiced to commemorate the 105th birthday celebrations, and the Rajendra Mahaswamiji himself was a committed person and dedicated to the society. And I take the privilege of reading out the today's award winners. The first session faculty, that is Dr. Tapas Bharati Tripathi, Professor, Department of Swasthruta, SDM, Hassan. Dr. Mahesh, Professor, Department of Rog Nidana, SDM, Bangalore. And best paper presentation, faculty session 2, that is Adivesha P. Holeche, Assistant Professor, KLE BMK Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Belgaum, and Dr. C. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Komarabidya, SDMA, Udupi. And best paper presentation, faculty third session, Dr. Lokeshwari, Professor and HOD, Department of Komarabidya, SKMC, Bangalore. Dr. Sonia John, Associate Professor, Department of Swasthruta, SDMCA, Bangalore. Srikala, PhD Scholar, IMS, BHU. And best paper presentation, faculty session 4, Dr. Shailesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Kachikissa, SDM Udupi. Dr. Viraj Hegde, Associate Professor, Department of Swasthruta, JSAM, Nadiala. And best paper presentation from the postgraduates, that is Dr. Ashwati Sudarshan, Department of Dravya Guna, PG Scholar, JSS Ayurveda Medical College. Dr. Sindhura MS, Department for Rog Nidana, PG Scholar, JSS Ayurveda Medical College. Dr. Ripsha Raj, Department of Swasthruta, PG Scholar, JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysore. Dr. Roja N, Department of Panchakarma, PG Scholar, JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysore. Best paper presentation from the faculty, that's host Dr. Usha, Associate Professor, Department of PT and SR, JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysore. Dr. Beena, Associate Professor, Department of Chikitsa, JSS Ayurveda Medical College. Dr. Deepa C. Patil, Professor, Department of Kriya Sharira, JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysore. I congratulate all the award and prize winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Guru Prasad sir. I am sure you have brought smiles in everyone's faces here. It's time for the presidential address. We are privileged to have Sri R. Mahesh sir as the president of this eventful program. After completing his MBA graduation, sir joined JSS Administrative Service in 2004 and has worked in various departments of JSS Mahavidyapita. Sir is the nodal officer for various missions and also for many activities of JSS Mahavidyapita. Sir guide all of us in various programs, and he is like the captain of the ship for all the programs we conduct in our college. Sir is presently the Director of Medical Education Division and heads all the medical institutions under JSS Mahavidyapita. Sir, over to you, sir, please.
Seeking the blessings of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, Dr. Yamini Tripathi, Dr. Santosh Yedelli, and the faculty of the JSS Ayurveda Medical College, and all the participants who have joined and got the benefit from the last 5 days. I'm very happy to participate in the valedictory function of Hitayu 2020, and after listening to the opinion from the delegates and the chief guest speech, I am very much happy and congratulate the organizing committee of the Hitayu, that is the Panchakarma and Swasthruta departments. even though during this pandemic, with the advancement of the technology, the learning never stops for the faculty as well as the students. It is very appropriate topic from the Swasthavrata and Panchakarma departments of health promotion. The earlier two speakers, Dr. Yamini Tripathi and the Santosh Edali has explained the Panchakarma aspects of the health promotion and guiding the students as well as the faculty in various aspects. As we all know, health promotion is the process of enabling the people to increase the control over their health. I'm not going to deal with the technical aspect of the Ayurveda, how the health promotion, because the earlier speaker has given the very detailed technical aspects for the health promotion from the Panchakarma aspect. But with the aspect of the Swasthavrata, as a common man, the health promotion is a very important subject, and the health decides the quality of life what the people will enjoy through their whole life. The Swasthavrata deals with preventive healthcare, and it takes a major share than the curative aspects. The prevention of the health and also the prevention of the disease plays a major role. Awareness of the health, and especially when it comes to the Ayurveda, Swasthavrata department plays a major role. Starting from the our Brahmi Muhurta, what needs to be done for the whole day is explained in the Swasthavrata. Due to the advancement of our lifestyles, we are not sticking on to our routine daily life. There is a malnutrition which playing a major role in maintaining the health of the people, and also on the other side, the people who have they are affluent and leading a very good life is going through overnutrition. The change in the technology, lifestyle, and our food habits has made to think over about our health aspects. Unless we understand the importance of the health, it will be very difficult. Even the government has announced so many schemes for the health promotion, starting from the lactating mother, starting from the pregnancy to the lactating mother, and also for the aged people. There are so many schemes are there. Still, they are not able to bring that concept of health promotion among the people who are not able to afford, because their affordability, and more than the affordability, their aspect of understanding the importance of health from their childhood is lacking. So Ayurveda plays a major role in bringing the importance of the health promotion for the starting from the student age. As we all know that our Ayurveda is day by day is not familiar with even the village people, because they are all going for the allopathy, where they have immediate relief for their pain. But still, we have to educate the students from the school life itself. If we include the Ayurveda from the student life itself, definitely they will follow the routine, and also routine health checkup from the Ayurveda people. And once they start following the Dinacharya, what is mentioned in the Swasthavrata, definitely they will also, once they grown up, they will teach that. And our ancient system of Ayurveda has contributed much for the health. The people who are in other countries are now following the Ayurveda. If we doesn't follow it in India, definitely we will be end up in with other countries what other people are paying for the health hazards. So the Ayurveda faculty and the students have a major role in bringing up the concept of Ayurveda in the early life of the student, where definitely they will practice for their whole life, and also they will carry on this system. The Ayurveda will be carried towards once they have the knowledge of that, we have to make attempts to make the students and also bring a curriculum for the students about the Ayurveda and the importance of Ayurveda. And I congratulate once again the organizing committee for bringing the experts from the various countries. The speakers from various countries has shared their experiences for 5 days, and more than 250 to 300 delegates have benefited with them. And remembering our founder, His Holiness Jagadguru Dr. Shivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji, on the eve of his 105th birth anniversary, it is a very good program which has organized from the JSS. This kind of programs may come in the future also. Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your kind words towards our college and towards the upliftment of Ayurveda. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for giving us your time and presiding over the session. Thank you, sir. It's time to appreciate the hard work taken by the UGs and PGs of the various colleges across the country, and who presented papers and won prizes. It's time to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. Sarbeshwar sir, to announce the winners of various categories among the UG and PG paper presentation sessions. Sir, please.
Namaste. Surrendering on the lotus feet and praying to His Holiness Sri Shivaratri Deshikandra Mahaswamiji, praying on the lotus feet of Sri Rajendra Swami Mahaswamiji, praying on the lotus feet of Lord Dhanvantari, Lord Madhunath Swami. Respected Honorable Director, sir, please, auspicious program. Inspiration, our guidance, our motivator, Sri R. Maheshji. Sir, you have just completed your presidential speech. You have us. You have also led the entire team. To you, I submit my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to your good self, and also to the Executive Secretary of this Mahavidyapita. As all we know, this entire program is designed, rather, it is submitted on the lotus feet of Sri Rajendra Jagadguru, Sri Rajendra Mahaswamiji, in commemoration of 105th Jayanti celebrations. It's auspicious as His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Rajendra Mahaswamiji was symbolizing for 3 reforms in the society, that is Anna Dasoha, feed the hungry people around the globe, Akshara Dasoha, educate every nook and corner, Aragya Dasoha, give the healing touch. And JSS Mahavidyapita, proud to have more than 500 institutions across the globe, which is taking this 3 vision and mission of Jagadguru Rajendra Mahaswamiji. In that thoughts, this Jayanti month, holy month of Rajendra Mahaswamiji, and celebration, JSS Ayurvedic with the entire faculties, teaching and non-teaching, has come forward to submit the knowledge, to share the knowledge across the globe, which today we are in the name of Hitayu 2020. Before this, we had just 2020. We had also the knowledge assessment 5 days, which we completed last Saturday. Now today in the Biodiversity Hitayu 2020, organized by Department of Swasthya and Panchakarma. I'm delighted to recognize the services, the knowledge, the love for Ayurveda among the UG students and among the PG scholars. It is overwhelming. 1,100 more participants, knowledge seekers are part of the program. We have opened up this knowledge session for UG, particular for UG. I have a thought in my mind. Since a decade, Ayurveda is no longer that somebody could not got seat in medical or dental, they should come for study. No, in my 25 years of experience, academic experience, since 10 years, more than 10 years, 1 decade, I could see more than 90-95% is seeking, having in the 10+2, the brains are following Ayurveda. They have love for Ayurveda. Therefore, we thought with all our senior faculties, we took a decision. And now we have a competition among the new upcoming brains, that is UG scholars. Therefore, we have a section of UG presentation, we have a session of PG presentation. Before to this, the senior most elder brotherly, Professor Guru Vasaraj ji has already shared the winners of among PhD scholars and teaching faculties. I take the privilege, this is the golden moment for me rather, to announce, to update you, back to you, the knowledge you have shared. I'm giving back to you the winners of this 2020 Hitayu 2020. Everybody is winner, no doubt about it. I already said it. It's a Pujya Jagat Guru Rajendra Mahaswami ji. Whatever you brought in the name of Ayurveda, name of the knowledge, name of the science, has already been submitted. It's been, Samarpana is done. So you are winner. You are winner for a great cause. But as per the protocol, we have to submit, we have to outline the people among this group. Therefore, I'm coming straight now to you. Probably we are waiting since long time. 26 states, 7 countries, and 145 Ayurvedic institutions. It's a record that I'm bringing to you. Now, we have few more sessions in 5 days. The first session UG, the award winners are Miss Anushree Shetty, 3rd BMS, Government Ayurvedic Medical College, Mysore. The heritage city where I am sitting today. Congratulations to you, Anushree Shetty, and the principal and the entire faculties of that institution who inspired and guided. Second winner, Miss Bhagyashree Patel. She is the internist, KLE, Belgaum. Congratulations to you and your principal and guide. PG session 1, that's the UG, 2 winners. Let us come back to the PG. PG session 1, Dr. Malavika G. She is the PG scholar, Sri Narayan Institute of Ayurveda, Ayurvedic Science, Kerala. Congratulations to you and your principal and your guide. Sri Jayendra Saraswati, Ayurvedic Medical College, Chennai. Congratulations to you and your principal and your guide. PG session 2, Dr. Madhura A. Salomke. I know you, madam. Congratulations, Dr. Madhura. You are happen to be my students at Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research, Bangalore. Congratulations to you, your principal and PG and your PG guide. Dr. Rakshita R. Dharmastri SDM, College of Ayurveda, Udupi. Congratulations to you, your principal and your guide. Session 3, Dr. Subhas PM, SDM Ayurvedic College and Hospital, Hassan. Congratulations to Principal P.N. Raoji and the PG guide. Dr. Priyanka Hajare, National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur. The Pink City, the city for the knowledge and tradition and culture. We are also congratulating from another palace city of Mysore to the palace city of Jaipur. Congratulations to you and to your principal. Carry on, madam. PG session 4. Dr. Rabindra Singh Baghel, PG scholar. PT Kushali Sharma, Government Ayurvedic Medical College, Bhopal. So nice. You are from Bhopal, the place of the friendship and brotherhood. Congratulations to you and your principal and guide. Dr. Rakshita Jain, PG scholar, again SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital under the guideship, under the leadership, under the captaincy of Professor P.N. Raoji, that is Hassan. Congratulations to you, your principal and entire team. PG session 5, Dr. Rini P, PG scholar, Mysore. Congratulations to you, your principal and your guide. Dr. Resma Saji, PG scholar, again, this is hat-trick for Hassan. This is SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital, P.N. Raoji and the team. This is a hat-trick. PG session 6, Dr. Swarna Jali, PG scholar, LRP Ayurveda College and PG Research Institute, Islampur. Long far distance, we are saluting you. You have shared the knowledge and we are saluting to you. Congratulations to your principal and your team. Dr. Amulya Murthy, PG scholar, Sri B.M. Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Belgaum. Presentation to Srinivas Prasad ji, the principal of this institution, their entire team. And Dr. Supal Pios, PG scholar, Government Ayurvedic Medical College, Mysore. Again, hat-trick. Congratulations to Hegde Sir Gadana team. Session 7, Dr. Swati N, PG scholar, IPGTR, Jamnagar. What a surprise for us. Research Unit, IPGTR, Jamnagar, the Nalanda of Ayurveda. Thank you, Vice Chancellor ji. You are also part of this auspicious program as a chief guest. Anup Kumar Thakur ji, entire your team, we congratulate wholeheartedly and we submit our gratitude. Dr. Krishna Priya, PG scholar, again Belgaum. It's a Prasad ji, Srinivas Prasad ji, and the entire team. So our gratitude to you. JSS entire team submit your gratitude. Thank you. PG session 8. Yes, it's a very surprise too, and it is more rather than it is delighted to announce second time in this knowledge session, Dr. Dibyajyoti Maharana. Dr. Dibyajyoti Maharana, second time his consecutively. He has taken in Ojas 2020 Best Award, and today once again you have shown your talent, Dr. Dibyajyoti Maharana. Sri Vijaya Mohantes Ayurvedic Medical College, Ilkal. This is under tendency of Principal Professor Keshav Chandra Das ji, Keshi Das ji. This is one of the twinkle star of Karnataka College among. We congratulate you, sir. We have entire team, your principal and your guide, to yourself. We congratulate wholeheartedly. All congratulations taking the esteemed institution. Dr. Dibyajyoti Maharana. Dr. Sunil C. Dorle, CCMS Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Kanchanawadi, Aurangabad. What a name! Historical place, Aurangabad. We congratulate your guide. PG session 9, Dr. K. Sharmila, PG scholar, Dr. NRS Government Ayurveda College, Vijayawada. It's a historical city in South Vijayawada. We congratulate it's known for its knowledge. Vijayawada is known for its knowledge and skill and the temperament of South. Congratulate you. So also for Ayurveda. To you and your principal, your guide, Dr. Purba Burma. Yes, I take the privilege. I'm delighted. Happen to be my students, Dr. Purba Burma at Sri. Congratulate you. You belong to Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research, Bangalore. I know you are taking the able guidance of Professor Sajita K, the former vice principal and presently PG guide, inter PG coordinator. Thank you, Purba Burma, for participating and securing the award. Congratulations to you and your guide and your principal, Dr. Ganesh Putur from Sri. PG session 10. The last one, yes, always will go for double digit. 10 is always auspicious. Let me know who are there in the 10th session, the best awardee. Dr. Kiran Bhatt. Yeah, it's Bhatt. It's a brain of knowledge. PG scholar, SDM College of Ayurveda, Hassan. What a surprise. Thank you, Dr. Professor P.N. Raoji, and your inspiration for entire Ayurveda. Congratulations, Dr. Kiran Bhatt, your principal and the guide. Dr. Uma, PG scholar, Ayurveda Medical College, Bhopal, once again. I know Dr. Bhopal College principal. I have my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to entire principals of 145 colleges, not only those award winners, those that have guided, inspired the students, permitted their students to actively participate for a noble cause of submitting gratitude on the lotus feet of Param Pujya Rajguru Tilaka, Dr. Shivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji on his 105th Jayanti celebrations. And this 25th year of this institution, on Silver Jubilee of this is Mysore, my entire team, Dr. Bin Rao, Professor HOD, PG Study Department of Panchakarma, and their team, Dr. Sasikiran and team, and Dr. Professor HOD, Department of Swasthavatar, book writer. You all of you know, he's one among the best book writer in Swasthavatar, Dr. Sudhakar Reddy. Presently, he's in our institution, his inspiration. These two guides, HOD's inspirations, hard work, coordination, vision made this event more delightful. I'm extremely happy leading this institution as a Sebaka. Sebaka to the organization, Sebaka to everybody. Thanks once again. Also, I thanks college, Dr. Madhusudan ji. He never accept the appreciation, but from this desk, I want to appreciate the behalf of all of you, my viewers, my listeners, Doordarshan, JSS Ayurvedic Medical College, Doordarshan head, Dr. Madhusudan and his team. They have 4 or 5 internists are working tandemly. You know, it's very hard to join with you. Again, I prayed on the lotus feet of present Matadipati, our God, Pujya, Param Pujya, Sri Jagadguru, Sri Shivaratri Desikendra Mahaswamiji. Again, congratulate all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the enthusiastic presentation, enthusiastic announcement of prize distribution. I'm sure all of them are very happy. And others, please don't worry. You might have missed the prize by 1 or 2 points. We have an upcoming webinar, international webinar in the coming week, named Vishodhana 2020, a paradigm approach in advanced research. You definitely have a great chance there. Let's now thank everyone who is responsible for the success of this program, of this 5-day journey, for which I request Dr. P. Sudhakar Reddy sir, Organizing Secretary, and Professor and HOD, Department of PG Studies in Swasthavritta, to render the vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Om Sri Navantare Namaha. Namaste all. My humble was to His Lotus Feet, His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji. It is a great honor and privilege for me to propose thanks on this memorable occasion of valedictory function of Hitayu 2020 International Webinar on Health Promotion, organized in commemoration with 105th Jayanti celebration of Sri Sri Rajaguru Tilaka Dr. Rajendra Mahaswamiji, jointly organized by Department of Swasthavritta and Department of Panchakarma. As we know, the whole world is under stress because of COVID pandemic, and all are looking for a solution to come out from this grave condition. This is possible only by maintaining health and improving immunity, not only to combat COVID pandemic, but also for many other diseases. In this connection, the international webinar on health promotion was organized to unravel the ancient treatise of Ayurveda in maintaining health and to reach the Ayurvedic fraternity nationally and internationally. The Feast of Knowledge of Hitayu 2020 was started on 15 September 2020, which is ending successfully. On this occasion, Dr. Amini Bhushan Tripathi, ex-dean, Faculty of Ayurveda, IMS BHU Varanasi, has accepted our invitation as chief guest and graced this occasion. On behalf of institution and team Hitayu, I offer my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Yamini Bhushan Tripathi sir. We are honored with your presence on this occasion, sir, for your scholarly words regarding basic principles, teaching treatment modalities, and research, creating a new horizon of knowledge in scientific validation of Ayurveda to us, sir. Thank you once again, sir. We express our gratefulness to Dr. Santosh Edahalli, Deputy Registrar, RGHS Bengaluru, for being guest of honor on this memorable occasion. Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and time you are sharing with us. On behalf of institution and team Hitayu, I thank you once again, sir. On behalf of institution and organizers of team Hitayu, I take this opportunity to thank our patron, Dr. C.G. Betsuchmat sir, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita, for his support. We are grateful to today's President of this function, Sri R. Mahesh sir, Director, Medical Education Division, JSS Mahavidyapita, for his and driving force in all activities of our college, sir. Thank you once again, sir. My sincere thanks to Chief Guest of inaugural function, Dr. N. Ramakrishna Reddy, Registrar, Evaluation, RGHS Bengaluru, for delivering inaugural address very nicely. On behalf of institution and team Hitayu, I convey my gratitude to Dr. Anup Thakkar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar, for delivering keynote address, which covered all the aspects of Hitayu and was an excellent beginning. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed guest speaker and experiences of topics they dealt Hitayu to the fraternity of Ayurveda. Our respected resource persons for Hitayu 2020 were Dr. Anantram Sharma, Professor and Head Department of Panchakarma, Amrita School of Ayurveda, Kerala. Dr. Deepa Bhatt, Ayurvedic Consultant, USA, has happened to be our own proud alumni and brought glory to our institution propagating Ayurveda worldwide. Dr. Mir Surendra Hazarnavis, Professor and Head, Department of Swasthavaruta, Tilak Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya Pune. Dr. Sajita K, Professor and Head, Department of Swasthavaruta, Sri Sri College of Ayurvedic Science, Bengaluru. Dr. Shivakumar S. Harti, Assistant Professor, Department of Swasthavaruta, All Indian Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. Dr. Anupama Krishnan, Associate Professor, Department of Swasthavaruta, VPSV Ayurveda College, Kottakkal, Kerala. Dr. Abhijit Sinde, Ayurveda Consultant, London, UK. Dr. Kishore Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Integrative Medicine, Nimhans, Bengaluru. And Vaidya Tapan Kumar, Ayurvedic Consultant, SGVP Holistic Hospital, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Once again, I thank all the persons for valuable time you have spared with us, sir. And you have enriched our knowledge and updated our knowledge. Thank you once again, sir. My special thanks to Dean Academics, Dr. Rajesh, for his valuable and timely contributing thoughts to this webinar, Hitayu 2020. We would like to acknowledge our sincere gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. Sarveshwar sir, for his untired support, inspiration, and guidance in conducting this webinar in very scientific and best way. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, on behalf of Team Hitayu, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Sir Sarveshwar sir. I must thank Senior Professor, well-known Ayurveda practitioner, our own Dr. B. Gurubaja sir, for his valuable advice throughout our webinar. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all faculty members for their active participation in this webinar. My special thanks to the team Hitayu of Panchakarma and Swasthavaruta, Dr. Sita Devi, Dr. Sankaranga Patil, Dr. Shashikiran, Dr. Soumya, Dr. Komala, Shalini, Dr. Manasa, for commitment, untired work throughout the webinar. My special thanks to Dr. Veena G. Rao, Organizing Secretary of this Hitayu 2020, for her support and cooperation for smooth conduction of Hitayu 2020. Thank you, madam. A big thanks to administrative officers, Mr. Vikas Nand, Mrs. Nandita Shanai, for their complete cooperation and support in smooth conduction of this webinar. On behalf of our management, JSS Mahavidyapita, JSS Ayurveda College, Mysuru, I extend greatest appreciation and profound thanks to all delegates across the globe who have made this webinar success. I'm happy to mention that there were more than 1,000 delegates who have witnessed and benefited by joining this Hitayu 2020. I thank you, each one of you. And I must thank our budding doctors or internists for their commendable work in smooth conduction of in parallel sessions of 218 oral presentations. Thank you once again. Thank you all our PG and UG students of our college in participating in this webinar very actively. Conducting online webinar is not an easy task without technical expert. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Anandu and team, Mr. Sagar and Vinay for their cooperation throughout our webinar. Special thanks to all the office bearers and non-teaching staff for their kind cooperation in each and every requirements of the webinar. There is one key person. I believe he is the God of webinar in JSS AMC, because I told God, G stands for generating new ideas, O for operation of all web activities, D for designer of webinar. Without him, we are all handicapped. That is none other than Dr. Madhusudan BG, Assistant Professor, Department of PG Studies in Roganidana, for his untired commitment and hard work day and night in bringing successful webinar in JSS AMC. Thank you once again, Dr. Madhusudan. Thank you all once again. I pray Almighty for all health and happiness. Sarve jana sukhinontu, sarve santu niramaya. Thank you once again. Thank you one and all. Namaskar.
Thank you all. I would like to sign off by wishing you all the best of Hitayu and Sukhayu to you all. Before we end, Dr. Malavika has, who got disconnected due to some network issues, has sent a message. Hitayu was really a very good experience for us. Thank you for conducting such an informative webinar series. Thank you, Dr. Malavika, for your kind words. Wishing you all Hitayu and Sukhayu. I would like to sign off with a hope and willing to see you by inviting you all to Vishodhana 2020, a paradigm approach in advanced research, an international webinar being jointly organized by the Department of PG Studies in Dravyaguna and Rasashastra of JSS Ayurveda Medical College, Mysuru. Wishing to see you all there. Thank you one and all.